Loretta Lynn, will you?
To cry, and there's some things I think I need to say. I'll think about you every day while you're away. I'll be true to you, honey, while you're gone, if you're not gone too long. But if you're gone for a year or two, it may be too long for me to be true. I might find somebody else, 'cause I get lonesome by myself. I'll be the truest love you know, and for a while I'll stay at home. I'll be true to you, honey, while you're gone, if you're not gone too long. Tomorrow you'll be gone, I know, so love me now before you go. We don't know what's farther down the road. There may be a deeper sign to upset plans of yours and mine. I'll be true to you, honey, while you're gone, if you're not gone too long. But if you're gone for a year or two, it may be too long for me to be true. I might find somebody else, 'cause I get lonesome by myself. I'll be the truest love you know, and for a while I'll stay at home. I'll be true to you, honey, while you're gone, if you're not gone too long. Oh yeah, if you're not gone too long. Well, on a Friday night, you draw your pay and you take into town. You leave me at home just to lose my mind while you're out messing around. Well, it's 4 in the morning and you're staggering in, and you sure look a mess, with a smile on your face and outstretched arms and a bargain basement dress. I wouldn't wear that dress to a dog fight if the fight was free. And a bargain basement dress ain't enough to get your arms around me. Well, you say when a man works hard all week, he deserves to play or rest. Well, honey, that ain't right, so get out of my sight with that bargain basement dress. I wouldn't wear that dress to a dog fight if the fight was free. And a bargain basement dress ain't enough to get your arms around me. Now I've took all I'm gonna take, and I'm leaving you the rest. Tell you what I'll do, I'll just leave you that bargain basement dress. Tell you what I'll do, I'll just leave you that old bargain basement dress.
Here's Mama Loretta Lynn to sing for you Wine, Women, and Song.
Well, I'm at home a-working and a-slaving this way. You're out of misbehaving, spending all of your pay on wine, women, and song. Well, I'm a-making beds, you're out of-making time. You rob my piggy bank and spend my last 10 dime on wine, women, and song. Well, one of these nights you're gonna come home, you'll find it's coming home to you. You see what you've done, and what's good for one, it's also good for two. When you're in the doghouse with that mangy old pup, you may start to thinking and giving up your wine, or two. When you're in the doghouse with that mangy old pup, you may start to think and then give one up your wine. Woman and song.
Thank you very much.
Got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got a you and me brother in his hands. He's got a you and me sister in his hands. He's got a you and me brother in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. The whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got a you and me brother in his hands. He's got a you and me sister in his hands. He's got a you and me brother in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. The whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
He's got in his hands.
you. Well, let me see now.
Well, your pet name for me is Squaw. When you come home a drinking and can barley crawl, and all that loving on me won't make things right. Well, you leave me at home, keep my teepee clean, 6-pound boots to break and wean. Well, your squaw is
trouble I had was all my own making when you caught me kissing Loretta Lynn. Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone. Well, Loretta got a nice smack there.
Here's Miss Country Music Entertainer Loretta Lynn.
There's trouble in paradise. I can sit and know the sun so well. I know he's out there and around it every day. There's trouble, but there won't be long. 'Cause in the morning it'll all be gone, gone. 'Cause Lord, I'm gonna love him till the devil goes away. Now I know about those devil women. They'll set your lover's head to spinning. She's a demon, she wants control, but she ain't taking my man's soul. She ain't taking my man's soul. There's trouble in paradise. I can sit and I know the sign so well. I know he's out there and around it every day. There's trouble, but there won't be long. 'Cause in the morning it'll all be gone, gone. 'Cause Lord, I'm gonna love him till the devil goes away. There's trouble in paradise. Lord, I'm gonna love him till the devil goes away. Mm-hmm. I'm a begging friend. Don't take him, he's all I've got. He's everything in life I'm ever gonna need. He's my finger when I wanna feel. He's the only thing in life to me that's really real. He is love, all the love I know. He could kiss the ground in the winter time and make the flowers grow. Hey, I'll tell you what, let's tell you what to do. Let's take it from right there. Let's take it from right there. Let's take it from right there. Come on, that pump, pump, pump. He is love, all the love I know. He could kiss the ground in the winter time and make the flowers grow. Let me tell you now, friend, don't take him, he's all I've got. Please don't take his love away from me. I'm a begging you, friend, don't take him, he's all I've got. He's everything in life I'm ever gonna need. Hear me talking now, friend, don't take him, he's all I've got. I'm a begging you, friend,
When I introduce this young lady here, I'm not telling any joke. I'm serious about it. The nation's #1, Miss Country Music herself, Loretta Lynn. Make her welcome.
You've come to tell me something. You say I ought to know that he don't love me anymore, and I'll have to let him go. You say you're gonna take him, oh, but I don't think you can, 'cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, they're a dime a dozen, you can buy 'em anywhere. For you to get to him, I'd have to move over, and I'm gonna stand right here. It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can, 'cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Oh, big right there now. Sometimes a man's caught looking at things that he don't need. He took a second to look at you, but he's in love with me. Well, I don't know where that leaves you, oh, but I know where I stand. And you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, they're a dime a dozen, you can buy 'em anywhere. For you to get to him, I'd have to move over, and I'm gonna stand right here. It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can, 'cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. No, you ain't woman enough to take my man.
What did you say?
I said, don't say anything about my socks.
Where'd you get them?
I ain't gonna tell.
No, you gotta
I
tell.
borrowed them.
From Teddy?
No,
Well, where'd you get them? You said your socks. Are you talking about your hose?
Well, everybody's seen Jane Dowden's name on, you know, when they roll the little things of who.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Producer and the director and
well,
everything.
it's her mother that's upstairs. She does all, she takes care of this show.
Right.
And I borrowed him off from her.
How come you'd borrow them?
Well, because I needed a pair of socks. They're wrinkling just a little bit.
Well, they are?
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to pay attention to the wrinkles in your socks, Loretta. I want to... Yeah, look how wrinkled my breeches are. Teddy said it looked like that I'd been sleeping in them. And these are not my pajamas. These are breeches. I got a pocket there.
Well, you don't have to tell me. I know they're breeches.
I have a comb in my pocket. Who is our special guest this week, Loretta?
Can I tell everybody who our special guest is?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'd like to say that I don't think that me and my mother is the only fans that this fella has, because me and my mother is, I'll say, the greatest. Now, somebody may...
You're talking about you're the greatest fans of our special guest?
Yes.
Okay.
He is... We're the greatest fans of our special guest. But I'd like to say that he has many millions of them.
Yeah,
well,
agree
maybe
with
that don't say it, I haven't said it right, but he has millions of fans. But I'm his greatest fan, and my mother's his greatest fan. And he's the greatest bluegrass singer in the whole world, and I don't care who knows it. It's Bill Monroe.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Well, all right, my friends, you'll meet Bill Monroe right after this message.
Show.
Now, Teddy.
The Johnny Cash Show.
Teddy, this is the Wilburn Brothers show, and
Glenn
the show,
Campbell show
is just as deep as your pocket, and here's Loretta Lynn to tell you about it.
All
folks.
right.
You're welcome.
You're telling me she loves you, what a lie. But the funny thing is, baby, you don't know the high. If you got any money, honey, you better put it in a safe and lock it, 'cause the love for you's just as deep as your pocket. She's a too-big girl in a $50 dress. She wouldn't think about wearing anything pop it. She can't love you like I do, so don't ask me to drop it. 'Cause I love for you just as deep as your pocket. Oh, that's your... Yeah, her love for you is just as deep as your pocket. She's got you blown up like a balloon, and I'm gonna pop it. She can't love you like I do, so don't ask me to drop it. 'Cause I love for you just as deep as your pocket. Yeah, her love for you just as deep as your pocket. You're gonna sneak up on me one of these days and get hurt.
What do you mean I'm going to sneak up on you one of these days and get hurt? I just come
That's
through the
plain
garden.
words, ain't
I've been out in the garden. I'm getting ready for some pinto
Dole
beans.
out in the garden. I'd like to see that myself.
Oh, would you? I've been getting me some green onions because I got pinto beans and cornbread all cooked up for us to eat after the show. You remember that little old joke that I told you one time about your love for me as deep as your pocket? I know who you wrote that for.
Who?
Remember? Like if I stuck my hand down my pocket and found a $10 bill, you know what I'd have?
What?
Somebody else's pants on. You don't like that?
Well, you wouldn't have mine on either, I'll tell you that.
Folks, we'll be back in a minute right after this message.
Put on the cover of Newsweek magazine. Here she is right now, my fun-loving, country-kissing cousin, Loretta Lynn.
Any cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler. We were poor, but we had love. That's the one thing that Daddy made sure of. He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar.
I just want to ask you something. What does this mean?
I'm ashamed to tell you, Dinah.
No, don't be ashamed. Now look at it very. Can you see it very closely there? This is a dress.
That's one of my stage dresses made out of feed sack.
Out of. Was this the first one?
I think this is probably about the second or third one.
Second
and
or third
I would
one?
take fringe from one and put it on the other one. During the show, if I had two shows, I would only have probably two dresses, so I'd take the stuff off of this between each show and put this stuff on, and the little flowers on the other blue dress that I have.
Yeah, and that was so that when you were back in Butcher Hollow.
No,
Oh,
this
shortly
is
thereafter.
when I started singing in '61. No, this is after I started on singing on the road.
When you were a star,
I
you
wasn't a
would make-
star. I was crawling.
We got a lot of surprises from you
Loretta, in many ways, kind of set the pace.
Loretta Lynn was raised in a poor rural community in Kentucky. She launched her career with a legendary tour that typified her gritty determination. With barely the money to pay for gas, she and her husband drove thousands of miles across America, calling in on the nation's local radio stations to promote her first single, I'm a Honky-Tonk Girl, which she wrote herself. The couple survived 3 months by sleeping in the car and living off a diet of bread and bologna, a feat that was repaid when the record hit the country charts.
Honky Tonk Girl was my first record. Yeah. Nobody could get it, but the disc jockeys played the devil out of it, and they put it in the top 10. So I was real happy. I like to know my disc jockeys. I think they're part of your career. And if you didn't have them, where would you be?
This intuitive ability to stay in touch with her market was one of the cornerstones of Loretta Lynn's career. As the decade progressed, she openly reflected the changing roles of women in the 60s in material that for the first time was largely self-written.
When you hear You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man, and when you hear the Squaw is on the Warpath Tonight, you know that she's lived every word of that. She wrote all those songs, and she lived it.
Loretta was the hillbilly feminist. She wasn't going to be ashamed of who she was, from her femininity to her socioeconomic status in life. She was poor but proud. She was a woman but proud. And that comes through in song after song after song after song. And women loved her for it. And she, more than anyone, proved women do by other women. Who do you think bought Loretta Lynn? Men? I don't think so.
You thought that I'd be waiting up when you came home last night. You'd been out with all the boys and you ended up half-tight. A liquor and love, they just don't mix either bottle or me behind. And don't come home a-drinking with lovin' on your mind.
Every song that I wrote told a story of what I was going through, and I knew other people were going through it because I was working clubs, and I'd see women come in, sit down crying, and I'd go talk to them, and they'd tell me what they was going through. Well, I've been through the same thing, so I just wrote it for us women. I didn't say too bad about men, did I? I didn't say nothing bad about men. I just wrote for the women.
No, don't come home a-drinking with lovin' on your mind.
When she recorded another of her own songs, The Pill, it proved too much for the traditionalists to handle.
I couldn't understand that because it was life. And maybe people were ashamed to laugh, I don't know. But they made a big deal out of the pill, and everybody I knew was taking the pill but me. And Lord, I had the kids to prove it. I just couldn't believe they were making such a big deal out of that.
All these years I've stayed at home while you had all your fun. And every year that's gone by, another baby's come. There's gonna be some change.
She just wrote it with just such honesty, and she just told it like it was, didn't she? There wasn't any real anger. She just basically said, this is a line that I'm just not going to cross.
This old maternity dress I've got is going in the garbage. The clothes I'm wearing from now on won't pick up so
Women who were struggling to keep a family together and to keep a husband at home and having kids when they were 15 years old. There are a lot of people like that in this world. When they heard those songs, they were so inspired that a woman who was doing all that was making music.
Patsy Cline, Jean Shepherd. You know, country music already had a history of strong women. But in the mid-1960s, during a decade of cultural change in America, more of us were stepping forward. At the front of all of us was a singer-songwriter from Butcher Holler, Kentucky, Loretta Lynn. She was and still is feisty and unfiltered. The same year that the National Organization for Women was founded, the year the phrase women liberation was first used, Loretta released Don't Come Home Drinking with Lovin' on Your Mind. It was a statement, but it was also a great song. Loretta didn't consider herself part of any movement, nor did her growing legion of female fans, but they believed that at last someone was speaking for them. With songs like The Pill, which some radio stations refused to play because it was so outspoken, Loretta kept pushing forward. At the same time, she never forgot where she came from, immortalized in her song, coal miner's daughter.
I studied Coal Miner's Daughter like it was a textbook. It's a Rosetta Stone. It goes back to bluegrass and mountain music and country music and modern country.
Loretta Lynn is honesty, bluntness. She'll say anything, there's no filter. She reminds me of Mama a lot. She's a strong-willed woman and is a survivor.
If you write the truth and you're writing a song and you're writing about your life, it's going to be country. It'll be country. Because you're writing what's happening. And that's all a good song is.
Except the memories of a coal miner's daughter.
To sing Loretta Lynn's Coal Miner's Daughter, please welcome a coal miner's granddaughter from West Virginia, Kathy Mattea.
Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler. We were poor, but we had love. That's the one thing that Daddy made sure of. He shoveled coal to me, a poor man's dollar. Daddy worked and slaved all night in the Van Leer coal mines. All day long in the field of hoeing corn. Mommy rocked the babies at night and read the Bible by the coal oil light. And everything would start all over come break of morn. Daddy loved and raised 8 kids on a miner's pay. Mommy scrubbed our clothes on a washboard every day. Well, I've seen her fingers bleed. To complain, there was no need. She'd smile in Mommy's understanding way. In the summertime, we didn't have shoes to wear. But in the wintertime, we'd all get a brand new pair. From a mail order catalog, money raised from selling a hog. Daddy always managed to get the money somewhere. Yeah, I'm proud to be a coal miner's daughter. I remember well the well where I drew water. The work we'd done was hard. At night we'd sleep 'cause we were tired. I never thought of ever leaving Butcher Holler. Well, a lot of things have changed since way back then. And it's so good to be back home again. Not much left but the floor. Nothing lives here anymore except the memories of a coal miner's daughter.
Tell us, are you excited about tonight?
You wouldn't even believe it.
So, right now...
This is my first birthday party. I've never had a birthday party.
Well, all your fans right now out here on Facebook and Instagram and social media, they're all watching this. The ones that couldn't be here, what do you want to say to them?
God love them, and I wish they could be. This is my first birthday party, everybody, and I don't know what to do, honey, so...
Well, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, you know,
Alan Jackson.
And what about that birthday cake? I heard it's kind of a special one.
Keith is jumping out of the birthday cake, you know. And I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see it.
All right.
Garth, he's out there. I love Garth. I would write about my life and what was going on around me right at the time, and how I was feeling, and how some of the other girls were feeling out there. So I tried to write for us all, you know.
And Loretta, right here, please. Loretta, straight ahead, please.
You are fabulous. You really do.
And Loretta. Here we go, guys. Right here in the middle. Okay, hold on. Right in the middle, please. Sorry. Y'all can ignore me.
I think it's just everyday living. I mean, I had to live my songs to write them, and I think it's everyday living. I think everybody probably lives the same way. There's a little girl backstage that's going to do the play of Coal Miner's Daughter on Broadway, and I think she can sing herself to death. You hid from me. She's something else.
Born a coal miner's
Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler.
Hi, Loretta. How are you? I'm good. Good to see you. Good to see you. Loretta Lynn.
Rated X, that was one that I sang that a lot of the disc jockeys banned, you know, because they thought it was going to be really bad. And as they listened to it, they thought, hey, this is not as bad as I thought it was, so it was a big record for me. Oh, I don't see him.
He's waving
Since I had that stroke, I don't see good, so I can't make out anybody.
I just want to thank them all for coming out. They were her friends, not fans. They were her friends. And they made our family a happy family. And I thank them.
I just want to say thank you so much for all of the love and all of the support and strength that y'all have sent to our family and been there for our family. We appreciate it. Mom loved each and every one of you wholeheartedly, and we just we thank you guys. He says they okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank y'all very much. Yeah, I don't talk about it.
Oh, you know, we got to spend so much of our life getting to know all of you as well, and understanding what you meant to our mother and what you become to mean to all of us. And
tonight we got to celebrate with all of you and all of you at home, and I hope you know that all of your prayers, all of your Facebook posts, all of those things, it was a comfort to every single one of us because of the way that you loved our mom, and we felt that, and thank you for that, and we love all of you.